Mitch is riffing. What more can I say? Straight riffing. Do you know how fucking desperate I am for some comfort in my life? I need that pillow.
This show is intended for mature audiences only.
I've seen a lot of dicks.
I don't know how much more disgusting this experience could get.
Are you really not having a good time?
I'm having a fantastic time. I just can't believe how disgusting you are.
I kept yelling, I'm not gonna whip my dick out. We talked about that. I'm not gonna do that.
Featuring your host, Mitch Marzoni.
I don't walk around going like, "Hey, I'm really weird. Look at me, I'm weird." As far as I'm concerned, I'm perfectly normal. It's a litmus test for freaky.
And Teddy Tutson.
I'm a hate mercenary. Yeah.
All right. Hate mercenary.
Hater for hire.
Sure.
I should put on this guy.
There are two victimless crimes, all right? One, jerking off when your window's open. Two, necrophilia.
I'm confessing to a large-scale crime.
Okay, all right.
Right now.
Legs akimbo, engaged in sexual discourse.
Come on, man. What kind of guest are you?
It's archived for posterity,
Great internet.
so it'll
21st century.
come back to haunt you every day.
Yikes.
It's time to riff.
Oh, that is right, bitches and motherfuckers. It is July 18th, 2012, episode 70, and it's time to riff the fuck on. I am your host, Reverend Mitch, and with me, as always, is my co-host, the Difficult Brown, the hater for hire, Mr. Teddy TMI Tutson. How the fuck are you, sir?
Oh, Mitch, I'm feeling good, like a shining star on that midweek riffing right now. This is like some real underground speakeasy flappers kind of mid riffing. It's real good midweek riffing.
Yes, indeed. Yet again, no idea what you just said, but let's welcome our esteemed guest for this special midweek edition of Straight Riffin', Mr. Cedric Yarbrough. How the fuck are you, sir?
I'm good. I don't know what you said either, but
Damn it.
But
You're supposed to be on my team.
I know, but
Thank you.
I'm going
Thank you.
white on this one.
I like it.
1
That's
point.
good.
1 point for the white gentleman. How is everybody? We good?
Yeah,
Wait, you
doing
guys
all
usually
right,
do
man.
this on the weekend, or is this like
Usually
just
on a
mid-
Mondays.
On
Yeah,
Monday,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
It's okay. We did our Monday riff, so this is. I mean, we're packing it tight this week.
Yeah,
clearly,
last
so.
episode was 69, but this one is Hump Day.
Yeah,
70,
as it were.
so-
See?
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah.
He's already,
Yeah.
he's in.
I'm
He's in the
in.
group
I'm
of
in.
things.
I'm in.
Yeah.
But I
It's
still-
been a sexy week.
Yeah, I bet. I bet it's been a sexy week.
Well, I mean, it's a sexy week now, right? I mean,
Oh,
69 episode,
yeah.
episode 69, Hump Day,
I'm doing a Hump Wednesday 70 episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Do
been-
you are you the type to celebrate a Hump Day? Do you go, oh shit, it's Hump Day? I better
Fuck someone.
look through I better look through the old black book or whatever.
Uh,
I mean, I don't know. Are you married or?
I'm not
or
married.
anything?
I'm single.
Okay.
And
You have a
uh,
Chictionary? Fresh Prince style?
a Chictionary.
I actually don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
Man. Yeah.
It's the Fresh Prince. He's got the Chiction. It's like the little black book. It's
Point
called
two.
Chictionary.
Point two goes to
All right.
Mitch.
All
Damn!
right.
I'm getting. Oh
Ah.
man, this has
Yeah.
never happened
Chick-
before.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a traitor in the house.
This is amazing. Yeah. Usually I'm the one that gets shut out.
Bunker
This is,
down.
This is amazing.
No, you will be, but just know that
Look,
you're,
I get
you're
it.
ahead
That's
right
cool.
now. That's
all right.
all.
No, I
Yeah.
get it. I get
Enjoy
it.
it while
It's early in
Yeah,
the game.
yeah,
I get it. I
yes,
get it.
yes.
Yeah.
Halftime.
Yeah. Don't get into sports. I'll get all confused again. You know
Oh
how
yeah,
it is.
you're not a sports guy.
Not really. No.
You can bamboozle him very easily.
Yeah.
Jeremy Lin.
My argument is that prior to like 1991 and prior, I know a surprisingly large amount about sports.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, it's like they don't exist anymore. So
Okay.
I don't know anybody that came out since then. I don't know.
Did you get your ass beat by Jordan or something? Or what
Charles
happened?
Barkley came to his
one-on-one?
house.
Yeah.
And he moved to the Phoenix Suns and he just kicked
We're
over
going to
Mitch's
play some
door.
basketball, and I was like, all right, well, and I was like, I'm out. This is it. I got beat by Charles Barkley. It's time to hang up the hat and go home.
That was a racist impression of Charles Barkley.
I was
Point
gonna say,
goes
yeah,
to
right.
10.
Yeah,
Here we
Charles
go.
Barkley sounded
2-1.
like a
Really?
constipated
2-1.
old black
I'm
man.
sorry.
Unbelievable.
I was just trying to do like he sounds like he's got a stuffy nose all the time.
This is true.
I mean, that's what I was going with.
Oh no, it's
Terrible.
okay.
Okay,
sorry.
2.5 points. 2.5 points.
I mean, look, I'm sorry. I've never tried to do a Charles Barkley impression before that moment, so perhaps I
I'm
should have boned up
stunned
on it.
That that is not in your repertoire of go-to impressions.
Yeah, and I thought it was more of a Charles Nelson Riley impression. It sounded, but
Okay.
it
Okay.
was a Charles. It was a
Basically,
Charles.
some.
Okay.
There was
That's
some of
fair.
that in there.
That's
You had
fair.
a Charles.
As a white guy, you wanna try to focus on not doing impressions of black people. So
Did you have?
Don't
do you
really
ever,
have
Do you
any.
do a lot of impressions? Is that a thing? Have you ever
I
really
can
done
do
comedically?
some. I can do some.
You played the voice of the white guy on Boondocks, right?
No, he's
The
not
like
white guy.
lawyer
Well,
guy.
He's the black.
He's
the
a
black
black
was he
lawyer.
black?
He's,
Oh.
He's a
with
black
the,
guy. He's
yeah.
just
Okay.
Tom
he's just
Dubois,
Tom
right?
Dubois. Yeah, he's just not as cool as some black people are. You know, and he's okay with it.
He's got a white wife.
He's got a white
Mixed-
wife. He
mixed-
loves Dionne Warwick.
Mixed daughter. He just very confused by Usher.
He and does not want to be anally raped like
Yeah.
most of us don't.
Right, but he's very
fair.
transfixed by her.
He's just not as cool.
I would think he'd be like more confused by like R. Kelly, for instance. That would be a good. I've been he confused.
It was a
the shit out of
fantastic
me.
episode.
That
The R.
was an
Kelly
episode,
trial. That was
yes,
an
yeah.
amazing episode.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he also confused by R. Kelly?
Well, definitely. He thought urinating on a young woman is against the law and should be, someone should be going to jail, but apparently not.
It's like R. Kelly just starts performing in the middle of the courtroom, and just like black people just eat it up. So,
Yeah,
and Tom
everybody
Dubois is just
No,
flipping the fuck out.
I recall the episode fairly well, but like at the same time, I don't remember specifically Tom Dubois'
And
reaction to
he's
it.
also being taunted by Riley, I think, is it throughout the
Yeah.
episode? Just
Yeah.
taunting him, just being like, "You ain't standing a chance in getting
Yeah.
a conviction." It's
Yeah, and
it's
so-
one of my favorite Boondock
Yeah,
episodes.
and
actually.
Huey was also like, "You're not gonna.
yeah,
This isn't gonna work
Everyone's
with black
like,
people.
you know what?
They love R. Kelly."
The thing is,
That's right.
I
I
remember,
remember,
like,
yeah.
R. Kelly has the greatest PR team of all time, I will contend. Like, the career resuscitation that he pulled off after what he went through is amazing. Like, even now, he's releasing his memoir, and I had a friend who was like, "What? R. Kelly has a memoir coming out? I didn't hear about it. It's called, what is it called? Like, Flavor Coaster or something? Solar Coaster or
yeah,
something.
Solar Coaster.
Solar
yeah.
Coaster or something like that." And he was like, "I'm getting it." I was like, R. Kelly did it. Like, I don't know how he beat it, but Michael Jackson could have taken notes from
Gary
R. Kelly.
Oldman read from it on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, see?
He did a dramatic
He's
reading.
still-
It wasn't as I mean, I don't feel like they found the funniest part of the book to read. It was just a sort of a story of him and Tupac meeting, and Gary Oldman, he'll bring
Gary
bring
Oldman will do it.
intensity to anything, but I still felt like this falls a little short. But it's all right.
Could have
It's all
been
good.
funny.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you an R. Kelly fan?
I do enjoy the. I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. I do enjoy that.
You're more old school R. Kelly, if you will.
Yeah.
Are you? Where do you fall on the new era?
I
Like Step in the Name of Love, R.
I
Kelly.
felt well.
Sex Planet.
Sex Planet.
That's that's still a little older, isn't it? There's Step in the Name of Love, isn't that?
That's a little bit older.
Older
That's post.
still?
That's like immediate post urination.
That's but when did he do all the episodes and all the
Trapped in the Closet.
Trapped in the Closet.
Trapped in the Closet. I think it was Trapped in the Closet and then Step in the Name of Love.
And then that was mostly during the episodes, the Trapped in the Closet and the peeing is when I kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Once
like,
the peeing came up, you were like,
yeah,
oh, look, I'm out the game.
once a dick comes out, I'm out of here. I don't need to see. I don't need to be a part of that. But that's funny. We were talking about with Tom Dubois and Riley. I just finished an episode last week. And with Boondocks is coming back, so
Yeah.
All right,
So
all right.
Regina King and I were in the booth together and going back and forth, and we're arguing over something, and it just felt so good to be back and arguing with Regina King, as Tom and an 8-year-old arguing over this new topic that also has something to do with an R&B singer.
The Boondocks is great. You do a bunch of voices on there, though,
Yeah.
right? I think you also do. Do you do Stink Meaner?
I do Stink Meaner
Stink Meaner
as
is one
well.
of my it's the best.
Yeah.
I used to be at like one of my old jobs, and I would just watch the Boondocks with the dude, and we would just be like in the office having Boondocks and quoting things. And one of the favorite things that we would like to quote each other is the other black dude, like, "You got bad credit, Robert," and it's just looked like and you were just yelling across his office like a big warehouse, and people would be so confused and like, I don't understand what's happening,
What
and he
is
would just
that?
lose his shit.
Yeah.
And that's like, "You eat a dick." That shit. That is one of my
Yeah.
favorite. That shit is amazing.
Do you want to tell him to eat a dick
No.
in that voice?
I don't.
No, come
I
on,
don't.
Mitch.
I don't.
How dare
I
you?
know you were pimping me to do that.
No, I was
But
just going to
I don't
record it,
wanna-
and then I can play it anytime Teddy pisses
And-
me off. That's all. So I was kind of thinking
That
about
would
it,
be
man.
kind of good.
Yeah,
That would be
see,
good.
that's kinda
But
what I'm going.
that's a fun episode. We like kind of the background for that was I think Aaron Magruder wanted to get Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey to do get him to do Colonel H. Stinkmeaner.
Right.
And so they just had me reading for him. Just be cantankerous and mean and angry or
Cantankerous.
whatever. And
Good word. We're
just
putting
a
cantankerous
jerk.
on the board.
Yeah, and so that's what happened. That's how I ended up getting that role, and Steve Harvey ended up doing Family Feud.
Damn, that could have been. You could have been on Family Feud.
I could have
In
done
another
Family-
world, are you hosting Family Feud in a
And
parallel
he's
universe?
doing
Parallel
Stinkmeaner
universe,
in a
yeah.
parallel universe.
Yeah, somewhere.
Survey said, nigga. There we go. Yeah. As Stinkmeaner. But yeah. You eat a dick, motherfucker. All right, come on down. So.
I feel like that would be the best and
Isn't
last
that
episode.
isn't that
of Family
much
Feud.
better than Family Feud though? I mean,
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
Really, giraffes? That's a stupid ass answer. Motherfucker! Yeah! I get money! Yeah. All right, yeah. Technical difficulties.
Is that what's your favorite voice of all the Boondocks voices that you're a part of?
Man, I mean, I enjoy. I
More
really
partial
do enjoy
to- or
all
one
of
that
them.
would,
I
like-
am part. I do like Stinkmeaner because he just doesn't give a fuck. He hates everybody, and not like Uncle Ruck. Uncle Ruckus is. I mean, I love that character. I love Uncle Ruckus, and Gary Anthony Williams does that, and he's a genius,
Yeah, smart brother
improv genius.
from Undercover Brother. That dude is
Yeah,
great.
he and I do a live show together at the Groundlings Theater. But I love Stinkmeaner because he really hates everybody, not just black people. He just hates anything and everyone.
He's just like
to be
he's a hater
jerk
of humanity.
Yeah,
Essentially, there's
just-
no good in human beings
at all.
Not
at
even
all.
barely himself, if you
Yeah.
will.
Teddy's working towards that.
Yeah,
He needs to get hired for a few more gigs.
yeah.
For that. That's why he's the
Somewhat.
hater for hire. You see,
Maybe,
Is,
man. Maybe you can.
I got the
be,
ghost of Stinkmeaner somewhere
Yeah.
inside.
It
Maybe that's
came-
why I rested.
it
You got
came
bad
out-
credit, Robert. Indeed.
Yeah.
he came around to that
Bad
from the
credit.
fact that whenever there was like a political discussion on Facebook and people would call in Teddy as like a, you know,
I was like bringing the lefty. They would be like, I need you to just like rock this person's world. And I'd be like, is
Yeah.
this who I am? Am I that? That's my existence. I'm just the dude
Hold
that
on.
brings in.
Pause on this conversation. Let me bring in my
Right.
secret weapon, and it'd be like, whew, and you could drop Teddy in there, and so he was sort of a hater for hire. It's like, hold on, let me grab somebody real quick in my
Pretty
corner,
good.
kind of thing.
Hater
So.
for hire.
Yeah,
So that's
so
where
I'm
he-
exporting the hate. You know what I mean?
That's nice.
Free market, baby. You know, just
Hey,
trying
you
to
get in where you fit in. right?
Exactly. So you mentioned the live show at the Groundlings. Like your background is more sketch than stand up.
Well, actually, my background is more drama,
Oh,
and
more-
then I
okay.
fell into, like, you know what, you're crying, but it's hilarious. So that drama shit, you shouldn't do anymore. That was kind of a sad thing for me. It was
Did
like,
you do-
I'm trying to be dramatic, and you're laughing at me.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That is, I've told Mitch about. That's like the worst feeling in the world when you're just like very angry or upset about something, and just people are just
Like,
laughing
oh,
in your face, and you're
you're-
like, do you understand?
I'm sad.
The
I'm
depth-
saddened.
Right, and
right
then
now.
it's the most
like,
amusing
that's-
thing in the world to them.
That's funny. So then I started doing a lot of I'm a theater actor, and then did a bunch of started getting into sketch comedy, improv comedy, and then moved out here. And
Yeah, originally.
So the Groundlings is how you
Yeah,
got
it
in
was-
with the whole most of the Reno 9/11 people. Or
no, I when I first moved out to LA from Minneapolis, I met up with the Reno 911 guys. They were auditioning guys for this new sketch comedy show called Ugly Americans, and it was for Fox. And
That's
they're-
not the cartoon.
Not the
one.
cartoon.
Okay,
No.
okay,
This was
okay.
before that, and this was back in 2000. And it was a little bit too similar to Mad TV. That's what Fox thought. And so I think it was Tom Lynn and Dangle came up with the idea of, they have cops at 8 o'clock on Saturdays. Let's do a show where the police officers are just as retarded as the criminals. And we could do like a Reno 911 show at 8:30. We handed in the pilot. We still had us, the cast, and Beth McCarthy Miller, director from SNL. She directed us, and they hated it. And yeah.
Especially because I think the original concept was just like it was just kind of like you would have it was just sketches and like cops would be like a thing kind of interspersed, right?
No, it was Reno. It was
Just like-
very much Reno. There was a couple of other people that were involved, and Carrie Kinney Silver's character Trudy wasn't what she was, but it was pretty much that was the thing. It was Reno. It was.
Is there a specific reason why they picked Reno?
Yeah.
I think they
Like it's
thought
close
because
enough
of
to civilization, but still kind of out.
still
right?
away. Yeah, I think it's because Vegas. You have all these dreams
tantalizing.
and none of them come to fruition, and now you're just in Reno and dying,
Right.
and you're on meth. And so they thought, it's a funny city. Let's just do that. And I think that was Tom and Ben and Carrie at the time that they were like, yeah, let's do this Reno thing. And it sat on the shelf for 2 years. And then Comedy Central called up Tom and Ben, and they had done Viva Variety with them years ago, and thought, let's ask these guys, do you guys have anything? And they showed them Reno, and away we went.
Now, I've been given to understand that there's a lot of times where people like pitch a pilot to one network, and the network goes, it's like, they'll give you money to do it or something like that, and then they won't use it, but it's just on a shelf. It'll never get used, and you can't take it anywhere.
Yeah.
This is not the case. Was
This,
it like
this was before all that.
Oh, so
And
that's like
that's why
that's just a change. in
this
the
is one of the reasons why things like that doesn't happen. Like, because
Right,
people
right.
lose their jobs.
Fucked
Like,
up the
oh,
game
what?
for everybody.
Yeah, you got rid of something, and now it's a success.
You mean
on
that was
another
good?
Network.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're fired.
You
got bad credit. So, that was before that. So we away we went after 2 years of waiting tables and doing all kinds of other shit.
So like 2 years. Where you did a bunch of other just projects and stuff in between that.
I was I was working at Aladdin, at Disney, Aladdin, the California.
You were Aladdin.
I was the genie. there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was. I was. Like,
Did you have to like
full on.
act like Robin Williams basically?
It
or
was.
what?
It was 2 hours of prosthetic makeup, airbrushing me blue. I looked
Do you have the
ridiculous.
beard and everything?
I had a little
Like the gold
thing. I had the
bands and-
thing, and I was very friend like me kind of. That was what I was doing
Wow.
during my Reno, right before Reno, and even while the first season of Reno was going, I was still going down there, driving to California, going down there and doing it on the weekends, just because I didn't know if Reno was gonna.
Yeah, I was saying, you're like paranoid.
How
Like,
did,
I don't
Comedy,
know.
how did Comedy Central even come on the radar for Reno? Did they just like hear about it somehow? Or?
Well, like I said, it was Tom and Ben had done a show with them before. Viva Variety.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
with those guys, and I think either Tom called them or Comedy Central called Ben or somebody got in contact with each other, and they said, we have this this is a pilot that we did a couple years ago. What do you think about it? And they flat out loved it, and it was the best thing for us because now we would be able to do anything and everything that we wanted to do that we wouldn't be able to do on network.
Yeah, I mean, it's really like that whole crew. It's a thing where I think Comedy Central were like, it seemed like early on we're like, we don't know, maybe this will work. It seemed like, I don't know but just from the outset, basically, because you like saw a bunch of billboards and then it just disappeared, and you were like, what? It's still on, right? And you could turn it on and be like, yeah, it's still around. And there wasn't a big thing. They didn't make a big deal out of season 2, but then by like 3 and 4, it was like it seemed like a big. So I feel like everybody involved in that probably. Because you sort of got a chance to organically make it better and better. Like everybody in that whole crew is back in the spotlight, if you will, for some of the people, like the guys from the state, Ben and Carrie and Tom.
Yeah.
So it's like now getting out of that, do you go like, all right, everybody's just coming at you with projects, or were you like when that ended, you were like, oh fuck, what am I?
Yeah, definitely.
Call up Disney and see if I can get that job back.
Exactly. Well, not exactly that, but it wasn't. But it wasn't like you projects are lined up and all that kind of thing. Hollywood is definitely what have you done for me lately, and and I don't want to make it a race issue, but there's certain things some people can get away with and some things that other people can't. And sometimes it is, because everybody on that show are geniuses, I think, but some opportunities pop up for others that have not for others, and it seems like a lot of people have geared toward some other people. I don't know what I'm saying right now.
That's okay. Yeah.
If black people don't get jobs, man.
What's going on the board, Mitch? What's going on
Black
the board?
people don't get jobs.
I don't know that I want to. I don't know that I want that
Yeah,
written
it's
down.
going
in
on the
there.
board, damn it, because
Put
it
it
needs
on
to
the
be
board.
written forever.
And you get a point, by the way.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
now it's 2.5 to 2
All right,
points.
all right.
Yeah, coming back.
But
All right.
but no, I mean,
I can't believe he's pitting us against each other, Teddy.
Can't
Yeah.
you though? Can't
Yeah.
you? It's been a long
Is this how
overdue
quickly-
hostile takeover of the.
Yeah.
Of
This is how quickly we turn on each other.
But-
Cedric shows up, and all of a sudden it's like, you know what? Fuck you. 70 episodes in, I always did think your hair was stupid.
It's the hump, man. It's a large hump.
But the
Mitch.
thing is, like even when I was saying that, like Niecy Nash has been doing really great. She's got a new show with Cedric the Entertainer, and I just
the Soul Man.
the Soul Man. Yeah, it's on TV Land, and I just did an episode with her and Cedric, and that was fun. But she's doing great. Wendy's doing great. Wendy McClendon Covey, she played Clementine on the show. She's doing great with Bridesmaids and other projects that are happening, and everybody's just now starting to really take off.
But you
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
you guys also ended up doing the movie though, right?
What's that?
The Reno 911. You did the movie as
We
well.
did the
too.
movie,
So how did
yeah.
that, so after your kind of the hiatus between Comedy Central, the show ending, and was it immediately kind of maybe we can do something and do sort of a feature length and send it all kind of off right?
The movie was before it ended.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
right, yeah,
That
I
was
forgot,
like
yeah,
in
that's
between
right.
season 4 and 5 or something like that. So all of us were intact. All of us were doing the show, and it was funny because Comedy Central never bought the rights to the movie when they got the rights for the show. So Fox owned the movie, and so when we wanted to do the film, they were going to Comedy Central, and Comedy Central was like, fuck off. We don't really want to do the movie. We're happy with the show. We're happy with the show. Then we find out, Comedy Central doesn't own any rights to the movie, and Fox was all about doing the film. So Fox produced the film, and then Comedy Central was like, you know what? Yeah, okay. You know what? We're sorry. We want to do the movie too. So that's how that movie came to be.
Man, that's like you break up with a girl who put on a few pounds, and then like 10 years later, you're like, whoa, you clean up good, and then like sneaking back up. So what you been up to, kind of with Fox coming back? Like, we always believed in you. The guy who said no, real asshole.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Or
It
was
was, I mean, we were both like, because you turned us down before,
right.
and then now we're with our new man,
Nah.
and now our new man don't like us either, and now the old man like us.
I'm gonna show all y'all.
So we're gonna have a threesome with all three of y'all.
I'm gonna mess everybody world up.
Whip it out. I
I
wanna
will
look.
win.
Yeah, right, I got it. I got it. See, here's the thing that doesn't really make sense is like if you've got somebody on staff at a given network who's sort of approving or denying, and they just say no to a shitload of, and then they make so many bad decisions that they're eventually fired. Like they launch a bunch of flops, they're eventually fired. Nobody goes back to the archives to go, let's look at the shit they said no to. Because there's this weird ego thing that I'm given to understand where it's like whenever there's a change in the guard, as it were, where it's like the new guy doesn't want if they pick up a thing, I'm trying to think how it goes. It's like if there's success, then all the credit goes to the guy before him. But if it's a failure, it all falls on the new guy. And so it's like, I'm given to understand that's why like things just don't get picked up. If there's like a change in the guard and something just got picked up, it's never going to go on the air.
Right.
I don't know if that's...
It's strange. It's odd. I just did a pilot with Scott Bakula called Table for Three. Really funny pilot for NBC. And Scott Bakula from Quantum Leap and Men of a Certain Age fame. Really funny, and it was a multi-camera show. And we thought it was going to get picked up, and we knew it was really funny, actually, and we knew NBC was really digging it when we were shooting it. And come around late May is they're like, okay, we may bring Whitney back, or we may bring you guys, and we're like, we're going to bring Whitney back, and it's heartbreaking because you put in all kinds of time and energy
And
into
once
a
again, you
project,
can't
and then-
take that and go somewhere else.
No,
with it, right?
and sometimes, and that's kind of tricky because sometimes lately they've been kind of shopping things around, but they really don't want to do that because it's really frowned upon. That how are you going to just released something that you just let go, that you said, "Now it's not good enough for us." Then another network's going to be like, "Well, it's good enough for us." No, they don't really want it either. You know,
It does seem
So-
odd how few shows end up switching nowadays from network to network. Like Southland, which was on NBC, and
Sure.
then they're like, nah, like you kind of maybe, and then TNT was like, no, we're gonna snatch that shit up ASAP. And
Yeah.
now they've nurtured it, and it's kind of its own thing.
But that's a different thing with cable as well. Like, for some reason, it's a little more easily to do that. Like with Reno, it was a foreign network show, and then cable picked it up.
Right.
Like with Southland, okay, TNT's like, okay, yeah, we want that. So
Is that kind of that? I feel like that's kind of explains then what the arc of Arrested Development, where every time anything with the cancellation rumors were swirling, it was always a Showtime is going to come in
Sure.
and scoop up Arrested Development. But I mean, I always think like, why will no other network come in and do that? That would seem very dumb. You would do it, but it's the whole, the
Sifting
moors,
through
the
somebody
moors of society
right.
say
Yeah.
no.
Is it like a sifting through trash or something like that? They're like, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's weird because you'd think that you'd instead be like, you guys just don't see quality, and so we're gonna take this and show you that it actually is quality. I don't know. It's weird.
maybe it's a credit thing. Maybe it's a you got bad credit. Maybe.
So tell us about your
Now
new,
I'm saying it all the time.
this new project for which you're wearing the T-shirt, Black Dynamite.
Yeah, Black Dynamite. That's
Twitter is lighting up right now.
yeah, they love that. They love that show. It's from the same from the film back in 2009 called Black Dynamite with Michael Jai White and Byron Mins and directed by Scott Sanders and Tommy Davidson. And
Was it Arsenio Hall? In that?
Arsenio Hall's in it. Brian McKnight's in it.
Yeah,
John
he
Sally.
don't know nothing about this. He don't know nothing.
I know.
I'm
That's
sorry.
why.
I saw that it used to be it was a film in 2009. I was like, that recently, and I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah,
Somehow
Did you
Over
did
my
you see
head.
the film?
I saw the film.
Yeah. I mean, the people that have seen it usually really liked it.
Was it a
liked
cartoon
it.
or was it a live action?
It was a live action film that looked like it was made in 1974.
Trading on the old
I
black
gotcha, I
exploitation.
Black
thing.
exploitation, and it's just all of us in this film, and it's about a ex-CIA agent slash pimp slash kung fu master with Michael Jai White as Black Dynamite, and now it's been made into an animated series for Cartoon Network, and just came out July 15th, last Sunday, and
Is it
and
Adult Swim? Then, I
on
assume,
Adult
yeah,
Swim,
yeah,
and
yeah.
people are really seem to dig it.
Now, are they doing 15-minute or 30-minute episodes?
These are full 30-minute,
Okay.
22-minute
Yeah,
episodes with commercials, but yeah, full.
It's good. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that. Because for a while there, everything on Adult Swim was 15 minutes. And I
Yeah.
just felt like you didn't really. Everything ended like in the middle
Way
of a
too
sentence.
quickly, yeah.
it was
But,
like every episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force would end in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
Why don't you? You were like,
yeah.
what?
What happened?
Yeah, where do we go from here?
Yeah,
but
this
I guess
one's
you
a
can play with that.
yeah.
too,
This one's
so.
a full length, and this last episode was with Black Dynamite and Michael Jackson, and how Michael Jackson came to be, and what
I
Michael
saw the
Jackson
episode
really is.
title. It was something about like and slaps upside your face or something. Was it?
It was Oops Upside No.
Oops Upside- Oops
Jackson 5 Across Your Face, or Just Beat It. I think as well. Just Beat It or Jackson 5 Across Your Face. And it's I thought, did you guys get a chance
I
to
haven't.
see it?
I didn't get a chance to see any of the.
Unfortunately,
Black
did not
Dynamite.
know. It's only, as far as I can tell, it's
So you
only
guys
done one
have
episode.
no
is-
research at all. You haven't seen the movie. You haven't seen my.
Hey!
He saw
fuck
the movie.
is going on? Well, you did see the movie,
Yeah.
but you hated it.
No.
You hate everything. That's your thing. That's your
what
you
you do.
hate on
I hate
it.
this conversation right now. Good day to everybody. I'm out. Oh, I think like blaxploitation is just a weird, just kind of interesting thing. I feel like that has been like not as tapped as it should have as a thing in cinema history. It's not like I'm gonna get you, sucker. It's just like a fucking
remember that
amazing,
one, yeah.
amazing movie. But like the whole aura around the blaxploitation and just like the Dolomites and the Shafts and just like the weird merger of all kinds of stereotypes and tropes with like hero complex shit. Like it's it's a fascinating thing in cinema. I feel like that's
It
why I'm
is.
excited about a cartoon like this, like kind of diving
It
into
is, and we're fully expecting a lot of people to hate and be mad and upset about you. Oh, you're putting out stereotypes, and you're impressing upon young people with all this whole thing. But that's what that era was at the time, and especially with film wise for black folks, that's what that was. And so especially with the film and with the animated series, there's a love for black exploitation films. Not that we're making fun of it, but we are actually showing some of the stuff that went on, and then adding on top of it that some of our stuff that we have learned now,
Right,
like
right.
with what happened with Richard Pryor. What was that all about? We go back and how Black Dynamite has his influence on that. What happened with Red Fox? What happened with all this other stuff? The porn industry in the 70s, and how Black Dynamite had his hand in that. Like this last episode, what was up with Jackson 5, and how Black Dynamite helps Michael Jackson kind of turn his life around and end up being the way he is. And so it's kind of a cool look back.
So what's your official response to the people that are like, how dare you bring up these old stereotypes?
There's a fuck you! Fuck off, motherfuckers! That's right! That's most.
Can I
that's,
quote you on that?
That's mostly my official, but to each his own. I have learned years ago to stay away from the internets and kind of not look at, because I gotta believe the good shit with the bad shit too. So I just do things that I enjoy, that I really like. I play a character named Chocolate Giddy Up in the movie and
Good
in
title.
the animated series.
That's a solid
Yeah,
name.
it's a damn good name, and he's a pimp with a plan, and he's afraid of Black Dynamite, and he's really fun. And so yeah, I mean, with people that love the show and don't like the show, that's part of it. That's the stuff I like to do. With Boondocks, people hate that stuff too, and I'm like, you know what? It's just satire,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of those ones. I mean, as a newspaper strip, it was very strange to see in the first place. It was just like it was drawn differently. The humor was totally different. But
Yeah.
it was cool to see that to see it become a cartoon on top of that is like, all right.
Yeah,
and it's coming back.
And
which
some
is
of the
good news,
episodes that I've been reading, my God, I mean, they're so hard hitting. Aaron Magruder is a good friend of mine, and he's shorter in stature, but man's got some balls, man. He's got some big ass balls, and this stuff this next season is going to be so great.
The one
Real excited.
episode that I feel like stands out very vividly is the episode where it's imagine what happens if Martin Luther King Jr. was never assassinated.
Yeah.
And he gets sucked into the whole cable news cycle, and he's got the book tour, and no one
Yeah.
comes out. I remember just being like, that shit is just disturbingly accurate. I feel
Yeah,
like.
because I mean, especially now, how Malcolm, I'm sorry, not Malcolm, Mr. King would be looked on is that you speak too slow. You don't speak fast enough. For one, and your opinion is to turn the other cheek. With terrorists. How dare you? Are you kidding? You're not an American. You are not pro-American. If you are actually siding with the terrorists, you don't think we should bomb their asses. That's. I mean, it's a
I
statement.
mean, you guys got
on
a
how we are.
shitload of trouble for that one
Yeah,
or whatever.
people hate it,
controversy,
yeah.
It's
you know,
and it's
Yeah.
weird though, because one of the last, some of the last, speeches that Martin Luther King gives are about opposing the war in Vietnam and just really laying in to how that entire just political situation is just abhorrent.
Yeah.
And he also gets into labor rights issues and trying to build up unions and working in things like living wages and things like that. I mean, that's when the assassination occurs. He's going down for these strikes,
Right.
and it's all about unions, which really is the great fear
Yeah.
of the country. And it's that sense of it doesn't matter what you look like. We got this thing that is just working people need to stick together, and that is a fucking terrifying concept. And that shit is the bane of so much of the upper crust existence. There's no way a figure like Martin
Or
Luther
people
King.
banding together, we
would-
can't have that.
You would never see a Martin Luther King Jr. on CNN or
Yeah.
MSNBC or anything. He would be a dirty liberal hippie communist.
Yeah, definitely. You know, especially with all the, I mean, with what we do know of Mr. King, he would be hated. People would not like that guy at all. And so we use that, and you know, people really responded, you know, both positively and negatively with it, and won a Peabody Award for that particular episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
But and then we've had the episodes with Tyler Perry that it's kind of loosely based on, and that episode will never air again because Tyler just was like,
Brought out the hounds.
How dare you? How dare you?
Really?
I think he's with Viacom as
Mm-hmm.
well. Yeah, with his shows on is it TBS?
TBS, yeah.
And so you know, it's funny because these episodes are written quite a while before they're animated, you know, and drawn. So Viacom knew about that episode a long time ago.
What's the turnaround in terms of an episode of the Boondocks? How does it?
I'm thinking about maybe a year because we're recording now, and I'm thinking probably spring or summer of.
So are you
next
jealous
year.
of the South Park guys with their 1 week?
Those guys, I mean, yeah, they can do things that are so, you know, current, which is really, really great for those. And they're brilliant. And but we can only do things that are like things that will always be like we will always, I don't know, we'll always.
Wonder
R.
about
Kelly,
Martin
yeah,
Luther
R.
King.
Kelly will
Well,
always
yeah,
pee
I
on
mean, I think
girls,
it's a
you know,
greater. I
that
think
kind
it's a
of-
greater challenge, but I think it's the execution of it works in the Boondocks' favor a lot. Where you take an issue like the cable news cycle and that whole thing, and Mitch and I have gone to war on this in our various perspective of what it is, that whole horse race surface level mentality that it's, you know, feels that it's not news, it's infotainment, and you take that and then all of a sudden you mash it together with this abstract concept of Martin Luther King, not as this, you know, sainted martyr historical figure, but as just a dude still saying the same message in the if this alternate universe had happened, and you really flesh it out. And I think it's a very different approach because that is going to be something that will be current forever because that is something the country is trying to unwind and untangle. Sure. And so if your approach is kind of aiming differently, I mean, it's almost two different things where South Park has a sense of urgency and they can capture things very well, you know, but it's also that sense of, I feel like what Aaron tries to go for is those more long game questions of things. So I think, you know, it makes sense why with the whole production cycle, I'm sure with the animation and style too as well, it takes some time, but like it's not a thing that I feel like works against the Boondocks. I feel like it's one of those things that actually kind of works better, you know, because sometimes things become more current even later on.
Right. 19 points for Teddy.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Boom!
It's a little unfair.
Boom goes the dynamite. That's how we do it.
Fine.
Don't you dare say
I've
anything's
been
unfair on this
asked
side of the table.
I've been asked from the people at home where they get a Black Dynamite T-shirt like yours.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
That's not going to happen.
And your face, Rob Bliss, I'm
It's
sorry.
It's not
Tough
gonna
break.
But I mean,
They're not
it's
selling
fun.
them out there.
I know they're
Right.
not. No, they're
No.
not. I just did Comic-Con over the weekend.
I was
and
about to ask
that's
about
how
that,
that's how I got mine. We went and promoted the show. And have you guys ever done Comic-Con?
We have not.
You
I
have
not. Mitch
Yeah,
has
once
done Comic Con.
before. Yeah,
once
yeah.
before. I'd only done it one other time, and I had a great
I
time.
mean, they
there,
gotta
but
love you there.
It's huge now.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's so big. But it was. We went with the whole cast of Black Dynamite with Michael Jai White and Kim. What's her name? Big Titties Kim. Big Titty Kim. We're just gonna call it Big Titty Kim.
All right, let's go with that. That's fine with me.
And Orlando Jones and his big titties, and Deborah Wilson and her big titties.
I was about to
mean,
say, like,
everyone's
those-
got big titties, and we all
Big
all
titty
brought our
cast, I get
titties
it. Right.
down there and
To shake 'em
they
for the fans.
Loved our titties, man.
Yeah.
It was
Was there? I mean, like it's Black Dynamite. I feel like it's got to stand out in particular at an event like Comic Con. We had Eric Alexander and Tony Perrier on here, and they brought Concrete Park down there, and it's the graphic novel, and it's kind of the same. It's a very, very different than what the usual Comic Con fare is. I mean,
Yeah.
Did you feel any of that looking around, being like Black Dynamite? This is a fucking thing.
yeah. I mean, people. I mean, they're fans of. They're just huge fans of everything, but this in particular, because it already had a fan base from the film, and just fans of all of us with doing other projects, that
Right,
we've done. So for all of us to come together to do this one thing with, and Tommy Davidson was there too. He was crazy and fun.
He's
and,
hilarious, man.
it was just a great panel, and we packed the place, and just a bunch of nerds enjoying blaxploitation.
Which is, I'm sure if you like
if that's
went
not
back,
what America is about, I don't know what is.
if
Yeah.
we time traveled you to the set of Dolomite right now, and you're just wearing everything, you got Black Dynamite t-shirt on, you'd be
Yeah.
like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
But in about like 35, 40 years, it's going to be a
This is
Comic-Con.
gonna be
Nerds are going to eat this shit up, and they won't even know.
It's hard to believe it wouldn't, and we have a black president. What?
Right.
Come on,
You would probably be shot
Yeah.
on set. You
Yeah.
would not make it back.
get out of here.
Yeah.
It's a
Sooth-
good run.
You weird soothsayer. Get out of here.
I hope that's how they talk.
Yeah.
I hope that's how the Dolomite site talk.
Yeah.
You soothsayer,
You
be
sooth-
gone.
Get big off.
Yeah, let's go. Get
Yeah.
out of here, you weird soothsayer.
Yeah,
Go.
and then
That's great.
Bill Cosby comes, and then we, what? I don't know why Bill Cosby had to show up, but
It's
Yeah,
okay. You were
it's
dying to do
fine.
the impression. I got it. It's fine.
we had to
no
just
problem.
throw him in.
He's got to come up when you're talking black entertainment. It's understandable. We talk about him often. You know?
good,
He's a good guy. You know.
yeah.
I was pleased to find he did a show after himself. He did a direct to video thing called 49, and it was probably my favorite performance just in comedy in general. Really, just because it's.
Did I see that one?
I sincerely doubt it because it was direct to video.
Oh,
it was never like promoted. There was like no. I only found out about it. It was like in like 2000 or 2001 when Audio Galaxy. You know what I mean? It was like Napster. You know, it was after Napster.
Damn,
Audio
you took it back to the real old school
yeah.
peer-to-peer days.
So I was browsing around in Audio Galaxy. I was at work and I was looking. I was like, I downloaded some Bill Cosby to listen to at work, and I saw 49. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like an hour and a half long. I was like, I'm gonna listen to this, and I was just like, the fuck is this? This is incredible. How did I never hear about this? And I like do all this research. Still never been released on DVD. You go on Amazon, it's like $40 for the VHS, and like some old guy has it in his apartment. You know what I mean? It's probably been pissed on by the dog or some shit like that. But somebody put it on YouTube recently, so I got a chance to watch that the other day, and I sent it to Teddy. I don't know if you've had a chance to.
Still have not had a chance. I need to get on that. My
I
apologies.
watched. I showed Tom Young, our guest on Monday. I showed him the final bit that I was like, you have to watch this finale, and he was like on the floor. It was like standing up, and he's clapping. I was like, he can't hear you, but I mean, I'm with you. Yeah, like, you know what I mean.
Bill can't
So,
hear you, but
really good, really good.
Bill's
So you know,
solid,
something
man.
to look it up.
funny.
You know what? I was thinking about you after you mentioned Tommy Davidson when you were kind of talking about certain opportunities don't pop up for other people. Tommy Davidson is one of those comedians that I remember just thinking, like, as I kind of got older, just being like, how did that dude never just get more HBO specials or anything like that? Because he is just. I mean, he hosted Premium Blend for a little bit. They always went through that rotation of comics who hosted Premium Blend. But I always remember Tommy Davidson sticking out in my head being like, that guy is so fucking hilarious and so multi-talented. How did he not just pop up in more places?
Yeah, it boggles the mind. It's kind of what we were talking about earlier about like sometimes people get opportunities, some don't, and Tommy is one of those guys that I've worked with him. I worked with him on the Bernie Mac show. It was the first time I worked with Tommy, and he is brilliant. He's his energy is through the roof.
Yeah,
but his
yeah.
stand up is so great too, and he's just naturally
writer.
funny. Yeah,
He's tremendous.
his
writer.
impressions. He'd always he'd come in with a Sammy.
Yeah.
His.
He was very like Jim
He's-
Carrey-esque in terms of his facial like elasticity and whatnot.
Solid.
Physical comedian.
Solid stand-up, and he's really funny on this show. He plays a character named Cream Corn on the show and in the movie, and he's, Tommy's great. Good.
Yeah, did you see him in I Am Comic, a documentary?
Oh,
about
yeah.
stand-up comedians?
Yeah.
His like 5-minute thing. You're just watching. You're going, is that what he's? Is that just him having a conversation, or is he doing a bit? And he flows in and out of like 20 different things. Probably one of my favorite part about the documentary was just that one scene where I'm just like, what the fuck is he even doing? But like I have to watch that again. Pretty. So he's in
it, and
he's going strong.
I mean, basically what we're saying is that I wish I was Tommy Davidson or Bill Cosby, and those guys are better than me.
No.
No.
Come on.
They didn't show up with a Black
Hey.
Dynamite t-shirt. They don't got the internet going nuts right now trying to get their hands
I don't know.
on.
About
I'm sure that Black Dynamite bootleg t-shirts from Comic-Con are popping up all over.
Well,
eBay
the
right
bootleg ones, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I get my haircut off of Crenshaw, and so I'm sure there's like some, black BLAQUE dynamite shirts that are
Right,
happening.
right.
Some bootleg stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, in a
bootleg-
few months,
that's
you're gonna
all
walk
love.
down the street in Hollywood. You're gonna be like hugging that shirt, like, no fuck. I hope nobody sees me. Why they're gonna take this right off my back, and I don't want to watch out.
I may have to burn this shirt.
It is amazing. Like I feel like
Frame it.
Frame it.
I don't know if this is a thing that extends to
Frame
other
it,
cultures.
burn the frame. I got
but
it.
I feel like
Kindling.
black people have always been tremendous at bootlegging t-shirts. That is a thing that like you grow up knowing. Like you know at least like 2 uncles that bootleg t-shirts. You're like you got a whole printing press set up in your garage.
Well, remember when Michael died?
I was about to say. I remember.
There
'cause
was so
I lived in this
many
apartment when he died, and
fast-
I walked down the street, and I'm talking
it
like
was quick.
fucking
right?
line around the block of
He
people
died-
like
yeah,
signing
he
up
died in
for his
shirts.
star. Yeah, there was shirts. The fucking day of, they were like, gone but not forgotten, and you were like, really?
He died
I'm
in
ready.
shirts. What's
Like,
going on
you,
with
were you ready? We were
Right?
waiting for him.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm, like, I don't,
Every
I don't know.
You were
every
down
year
with the
they
press.
like yeah.
Eh,
Just
Yeah,
in case
there
it's-
it is. Hey.
Just in case it's this year, 2012.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
June
it's-
6th? No, all right.
I know.
June
I got,
7th?
I got one. I got.
I mean, look,
Michael
Did you?
shirt.
Listen,
Oh yeah.
I
I got a
think-
bootleg shirt.
Here we go. Here's your
Do you,
here's
do you
your
often
big.
buy?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You frequent the bootleg
Oh
shirt
yeah,
game?
yeah,
He's deep in the
yeah.
game.
I got a
Here-
bunch
here-
of King of Pop shirts.
Okay,
yeah.
so here's my question for you: bigger, spontaneous shirt printing day, Michael's death, Obama's election.
Yeah, that's.
I will say I've seen more of the Michael's death shirts.
Shut
but-
your mouth, Mitch. Ain't nobody asked you
but
no
I-
question about no
I-
nothing.
Yeah,
I
You
yeah.
don't have enough melanin
Tough
to
it.
answer right
I'm
now.
Yeah,
just,
I'm gonna go with the white guy again on this one.
Oh
Right.
man.
Don't
Yeah.
worry,
You
you're
gonna
like
tell- you gonna tell
500
me
points
Michael's
ahead.
death
So
be
it's,
Obama's election. You know how many
Definitely.
shirt stands I saw spring
yeah,
up, and you
yeah,
gonna go with
Pre-
Michael's?
when OBZ came out, people were loving him. Yeah, and that was for quite a while, but Michael's death. Oh man,
That shit was
was-
okay.
I think if I
I
had
hearing all day pool parties
If I had to-
soundtrack
So
to
many
Michael
shirts.
Jackson's
Yes.
death from you were just
Yeah.
like, damn.
If I had to guess, there would be more official Obama shirts. So the bootleggers are like, listen, why bother? But there's not going to be
You
a
would be
lot
wrong.
There's not
You
going to
would
be a
be
lot
very
of
wrong.
Yeah, 'cause-
official.
well,
You don't
Joe
know
Jackson.
what
You
I'm
don't
saying
know
is-
Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson had his own
yeah.
thing, and
Yeah.
a lot of people were like, and I don't know if I want to buy a Joe Jackson shirt, but
Fair.
that's sad. That's bad. But I would argue MJ's shirts there were so many of them, so
flooded
fast,
the market.
so fast.
It is that
day
thing of
of,
like,
yeah.
how did you? Do you know what that, like you mentioned that reminds me of like in a lot of like Muslim countries whenever they had protests against the United States, and I just remember thinking being like something would pop off, and like they would like next thing you know you would just see people burning an American flag. I'd be like, for people who hate America, y'all sure have a lot of fucking flags to burn on command.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, have you
Yeah.
just? But like, do you really? Have we fucked
Where
up
do you
that
get?
much?
Yeah, where do you get them? Where
Because,
do you
like,
get
yeah,
them?
And
like,
and your friend comes over, why you got all these flags? Because
we're
the
waiting.
next time.
We're waiting for them to fuck up.
Right.
Look, I only
Fuck
have
up
I
one
only,
more time. Fuck up. One
only
more
have it for
time,
burning.
I
America.
get Costco.
Yeah.
I got these Kirkland American flags.
Yeah.
Say something one more time.
Please.
Please.
I'm
Please
just-
come for that oil. One
I'm
more
thinking
time.
if you had a bunch of like Iraq or Iranian flags in your apartment, and you were like, I got that because for burning. I mean,
like-
like that wouldn't go over, right?
Right.
Like that wouldn't work. And,
But that's a good planner right there. That's a good guy that'll
Yeah.
plan a good barbecue or a picnic
Outside
or
of a
something.
wartime
they had the big
situation,
ones too. Like
That's
you
the
know,
guy
what I
you
mean?
want on your team.
Yeah, the plan shit. If you're a bad planner, I don't know. I'm not a very good planner, but I need a guy like that on my team.
You need real.
fair.
That's a
fair.
real forward-thinking hater. You know what I mean? As a hater for hire, I can
Steve,
appreciate that.
Steve, you
kinda
still got
hate.
those flags? We're gonna need those,
Right?
Yeah.
Ah,
Gonna need those.
you laughed at me
Ah,
when I set up a broadband connection and tried to explain to you what that meant, and then ordered from Costco all these flags. But now who's laughing?
Now who's
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have a guy like that. I guess I probably do need a planner guy.
You have a. I thought you meant.
I don't
I
have-
thought you meant like a country.
Oh, I
to hate enough to
Did I-
stockpile flags.
I also don't have that. I don't think
I
have that
kind of
either.
I have a guy, a friend of mine named Phil Lamar. You guys might have seen
Mad
him on
TV,
Mad
yeah.
TV. He's
Pulp Fiction, too.
yeah, Pulp Fiction, extraordinarily smart. He would plan for some. He's just a good planner. I think he graduated out of Yale. He's just
He's
one of
one
them
of them Ivy
smart
League
motherfucking smart.
Smarty
dudes.
odd niggas, huh?
Phil Lamar and I and Gary, Anthony Williams, who did Uncle Ruckus, and Jordan Black and Danielle Gaither, those guys are from Mad TV as well. We do a show at the Groundlings called The Black Version on every other Monday night. And we get a movie title, and then we improvise the black version of that movie. Like we've done Silence of the Lambs. That was called Why You Eating People. We've done, we just did, the last show was Peter Pan, and that was Bobby Bucket. It's a really fun thing to do that we just do just to play with each
The
other.
Groundlings,
It's
is that
fun.
the one across from the Hollywood Improv, or am I thinking?
No,
what
that's
am I
on.
thinking?
No, ours is on Melrose.
Melrose, yeah.
Yeah, that's from across from Hollywood
No,
Improv.
it's
no?
not across the Improv, but they're
It's
a
like
little bit further.
I mean, it's like across the
No.
street and down the road a little bit.
Yeah, about 2 miles. But
Is it?
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. In my head, it was like right there, but okay.
That's
all
all
right.
right. You
7-Eleven and Improv,
got-
a Groundlands, and
You
then
got the right. You got the right.
Right area. I was
The
just
right
trying to
area. We
remember.
got the right street. But yeah, so we do that for the first act, the movie, and then we'll do like the second act are the deleted scenes. We'll
Oh
do,
my God, it's amazing.
Actors auditioning for that movie, or this particular scene had a product placement. Okay, Heineken. We'll add Heineken or something, or whatever product, and it's a fun show. You guys got to come.
how
come
often?
check it
Or
out.
how long
when's
has
the
it
next
gone?
one?
Yeah.
We've been doing that for about a year now.
Wow.
And we do it every other Monday, two Mondays out of the month, and we'll have.
So would
Wayne
it be
Brady-
this Monday or next Monday?
This
Is
next
it?
Monday's coming up, the 23rd. I believe
and
that's what.
what show will you or what movie?
We don't know until
So
we
it's
get
audience
the
suggested.
audience. Yeah, we vote by committee.
Wow.
What the movie
Wow.
is, and a lot of times we don't know. Sometimes we don't know the movie,
Right.
but it's our version. So
You know
we
what?
just
That's such a-
do it.
Silver Spoons, the movie, the black version. That's what I want to see.
Wow, that's
I mean,
that's
that's
a
intense.
lot.
I'm trying to think of the whitest thing. I
You know what?
whitest thing.
It's great though. I
Like
love
Breakfast Club kind of works. 16 Candles we've done.
Okay,
We've done
okay.
like what the wider. You're in the right. You're just
You're
in
knocking on the right
television.
door.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
you just
right.
made up a movie.
Yeah, I know. I'm
It's true.
sorry. The
37
Breakfast Club
points
could
go
work.
to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mitch, it's a blowout right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
It's a
you're
blowout.
killing it.
I'm getting my Obama
Wait,
electoral college game on right now, son.
Hopefully, I won't get anything. Breakfast Club is it the Cornbread Club? What's a breakfast for?
Wow. you
yeah.
want
See,
cornbread-
I'm like, am I gonna get hit with something? I don't
unbelievable.
know. I don't know where
I want to give you points, but that was just so terrible. I can't
All right, all right.
even.
Look,
just-
I'm
I don't
just-
even know what Breakfast Club was. I can't remember the name of
Okay,
what that
all right.
one was. But
I don't know
but
what a
you,
black
but you
breakfast
were.
is.
But,
So
You-
I like cornbread. I mean, I'm a big fan. I just am.
everyone does.
I
Everyone
mean,
You
loves
don't
it.
like cornbread.
It's
There's something
delicious.
wrong with
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Cornbread, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Here's
As
my
Chris Rock
here's my
famously
thing I
said.
appreciate most about this show is that it's like Chris Rock had that joke. It's about just black movie titles just being like they're just so just generic and one note. Where you get barbershop, car wash. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just like and
That's
you
not
just,
a title. That's a location.
yeah, right, exactly. And
Yeah.
it's just so it's fucking amazing because you just look over all the fucking black movies that have ever been released and all about the Benjamins, and you're like, damn, this shit is just no dimensional,
Right.
at all. But I love the idea of just putting the blackity black in the movie titles, and Why You Be Eating People sounds like some shit I would have heard some people yell out at the screen
Right.
back in Houston.
It's like why really? Why are you eating? Why are you eating?
I remember watching the Othello remake with Mekhi Phifer and Julia
yeah.
Stiles and what's his name with the Josh Hartnett. And I remember like it
Kim
was-
Whitley. That big titty Kim. Kim Whitley. Sorry.
all right.
There
Shout
we
out
go.
to Kim Whitley.
Yeah. Yes.
All right,
Kim Whitley.
all
Sorry. Go ahead.
You had to go up Whitley to get
Yeah,
here. I'm
yeah.
surprised
Yes.
you didn't remember this.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
And so
We are almost out of time. So
I know. So there's these like two black. There's like nobody's in the theater. It's like me, a friend of mine, and then like these two black girls, and they just like watching Iago just run shit, just being a diabolical villain or whatever. And he pulls off something else diabolical. And I remember this black chick. She just goes like, "I can't even get a nigga to take me to Fiesta, the grocery store, and this motherfucker is running everything." And I just died. I was like, makes my price of admission right there. That one moment, right there.
Truth.
black people, when we come to the movies, you love the blackity black.
I did see Undercover Brother in a predominantly black neighborhood by myself, and I really liked the movie. But then when I watched it at home, it wasn't as good because it didn't have the
It
commentary.
didn't have the commentary. Yeah, that's what you
didn't
need
have that.
sometimes.
Apparently.
You need the blackity black.
You need the black. Now I don't always do blackity black. I just finished doing a musical fellowship. It's the Lord of the Rings musical parody.
Wow.
We did
That was the anti-blackity black.
Yeah, it wasn't that black. It was all white people, and then me. I played Gandalf in this movie.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
that's
right.
the role you want. Yeah,
It was pretty damn good. It was a
You
really,
shall not pass.
Yeah.
Did you have to sing that?
Yeah. I did it's a song called One Ring that I do, and I'm showing Frodo how this One Ring works and how it's gonna control the universe and how we need to destroy it and yes, a lot of English accent and all that kind of thing.
You got what I need.
So
I like it.
I think that's
I
a
like
very
it. That's good.
fitting way to.
I think we'll have to end on that. I don't want to keep you. Okay, so
Yeah, I got
watch
shit- I got
Black
shit to do.
Dynamite on Adult Swim. Next episode airs. It looks like July 22nd.
yeah,
See,
next
we
Sunday.
didn't miss it by that much. The first one was only 3 days ago.
Yeah, it was
Sunday,
on a Sunday.
And we were,
Yeah,
it's
you
a
guys
late-
had things to do.
now that we got it on the radar.
To
Things
prep,
to drink,
to
people
prep
to-
before the
You know.
70th episode.
And do you have any
Yeah,
place
you know.
people can find you? Twitter, on the Facebook, or anything?
Oh
like
yeah,
that website.
I am on the Twitter at Cedric Yarbrough and
Tagged him before the
and then
episode started?
Then I'm I'm on the Facebook and everything, So yeah,
Rock on. So you're doing that social media thing. All
I
right.
am doing the social media thing. I don't get it. I really don't like it.
But you're
You
in.
don't like tweeting?
No, I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I'm eating cake. Why
Talk
do I
to
need
Tom about it. Tom would have some words.
Tom Thumb?
Thomas Lennon.
Ah.
Yeah, that dude tweets like
Oh,
a mad. He's always
he
tweeting.
loves the Twitter, and so does Nisi, and everyone does. I don't get
I
it.
do. My favorite thing about Thomas Lennon's tweets is his goodnight tweets that he does.
Those are pretty damn brilliant.
Those are good.
Yeah,
you got to
they're-
follow
they're
Thomas.
very
Lennon.
scary.
Get on that, I guess.
They're rather scary. and-
Yeah. Good night. Remember, every night you swallow 8 spiders. It's like that's the kind
It's
of
the
thing.
worst tuck-in of all time.
Yeah. it's
Good night.
awful.
You might get murdered in your sleep.
Yeah.
That
So
sounds
it's
like
very-
my nightmare, so I'm not going to follow
Yeah,
that.
no, you
I'm
should.
going
It's
to
very
stay
good.
away
Good
from
night.
that.
People that own guns usually shoot themselves at night. Good night. And it's just that kind of stuff. Like, how is your brain thinking of that kind
that. I
of
like
stuff?
you, Spaniard, and I should cheer for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, get on. Just tweet your thoughts.
I should. Maybe I'll tweet them.
Channel the spirit of Black Dynamite and see what happens on
Maybe,
Twitter.
but I usually make money on my thoughts, so I
That's
don't.
fair.
Why just give
Well,
them
that's
out
fair.
like that? I'll give you guys the
You got a solid-
the terrible
make a
shit.
solid
Okay,
point. That's
I'll
all,
keep
yeah.
my stuff for me,
Right,
and then
yeah.
the bad stuff.
C-
for
C
you
grade.
guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There you go.
The stuff that you probably shouldn't say in public, you say on Twitter.
Okay.
It's the way to go.
Sounds good.
All
Sounds
right.
good. Thank you for the advice.
Thank you for coming out so much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Trying to get you out of here on time. We're going to take some photos and then we'll boot you out softly. Softly booting you out. Thank you at home, Riffalonians. Teddy and I will be performing tomorrow night at Flappers in Burbank. We got
Ooh,
room.
flappers. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 p.m. Comedy Con Carne.
Yes. Nice.
Jose Chavez, Justin DuBois, Teddy Tutson, Rever Mitch,
Leo
Johnny
Sanders.
Roque, Leo Sanders, and Victoria Avalon. Thank you and
Good night, bitches.
You all have bad credit.
Thanks for listening to Straight Riffin'. You can catch all past and future episodes of Straight Riffin' on the official website riffin.net, riffin.net. Keep in mind, we do air live every Monday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Time. That's 10 p.m. to midnight for you East Coasters. You can actually watch that right on Facebook.